Okay.
Okay. Hello, everyone. This is Chris again. I hope you enjoyed the introduction video. And what I want to do now is say a few words about lesson planning, starting with learner objectives. Learner objectives are arguably the most important thing on the lesson plan because they not only determine the content of your lesson, but also they'll determine what you do in the lesson, and more importantly, what the students do. More about that later. But first of all, let's just remind ourselves of the lesson plan form. So I'm just going to pull that up on the screen. Okay, can you all see that?
Yes, we can.
Yes, I can.
Okay. So this is the lesson plan form. You saw this in your course book or the online course. Okay, looks like this. It's double-sided. The reverse side is just a continuation of that sort of big box on the front. But right now, what we're concerned with is learner objectives. Okay, which is 5 rows down on the lesson plan. Can you see that? Learner objectives. And yes, it has the first bit filled in for you, for the students to be able to. Okay, now, what do we need to put in to complete this? Okay, so for the students to be able to. Okay, now, what I want to do is just bring up a whiteboard.
Okay.
Okay, so hold on here. Okay, so here we've got the beginning of the learner objectives for the students to be able to.
Right.
Okay, now, what do we need to do to complete that?
We need to write what the students are able to do after they've completed your, lesson, right?
Yes. Okay. First of all, this is kind of the end game, if you like. We're not so much looking at what the students will be doing throughout the lesson, but what they'll be able to do at the end of the lesson in terms of communication. So first of all, it's worth mentioning your language point. Okay, so
right.
We can continue this with something like the verb use, and then followed by whatever your language point is. Whoops, can't even spell vocabulary anymore.
Grammar point, right.
Okay, so grammar point. Okay, so whatever that might be. Okay? But that's not it, because we don't teach grammar lessons. As the course taught you, we teach topic-based lessons. That is to say, communication, speaking about something or writing about something. So we don't teach grammar lessons. So this is actually not where the learner objectives end, okay? But we can put in something else as well. Now, I'll just do that for the moment. Okay, for the students to be able to use whatever the grammar point is to. Now, question. What kind of word, what part of speech will follow the word to here?
A verb?
Good, okay, yes. That's going to be a verb that follows that. But not just any old verb. Okay, what we want is a communication verb. Okay, we specifically want a communication verb here. Okay, so.
Okay.
Okay, so let's have a look at some communication verbs that we can use. What communication verbs can you think of that we could use?
Talking, speaking.
Okay, so, okay, talk. But we do want to mention our topic as well. So not just talk, but let's say talk about something. Good. Okay, maybe, as you say, speak about. Good. Any others you can
Speak
think
out.
of? I'm sorry?
You said speak out. Speak out or speak about?
Speak out, speak out. Yes, absolutely. Thank you. We might want them to speak out. Okay. Any others you can think of?
Speak about.
Write about.
Yes, because communication is not just spoken, but it can certainly be written as well. So we might want them to write about something. Good.
Mime about.
Mime about. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We're looking at some kind of, verbal communication here.
Right.
Non-verbal. Okay. Yes. I mean, when it comes to spoken communication, talk about is probably the most common one. There's another very common one as well for spoken communication.
Describe about.
Yeah. Okay. Describe. Good. Well done. Okay, and yeah, there are a few others that we can use. Talk about and describe are the two most common ones for spoken communication. Write about would be the most common one for written communication.
Well, here it's the most common is probably complain about.
Yeah, absolutely. But there's nothing wrong with using the common ones. Okay, these the lesson plan, as you know, is primarily for you, although it's
Right.
also a record for your school as well. But certainly we can have, a few others. Okay,
Right.
I'll give you an example. Okay, express could be one. Okay.
Explain, yeah.
Explain can be another. Okay, and so on. You don't need very many communication verbs. It is good to sort of vary them from lesson plan to lesson plan, but you don't need a whole load. Just a few will do. As I say, these are really the most common ones here. Okay, so what you really want to do is for your learner objectives is then to put in one of these communication verbs. But again, that's not quite where it ends. Okay, because what do we want the students to talk about or to write about or to describe?
Some activity, no?
Okay, well, what will they actually be talking about?
Communication, well, communicating somehow.
Okay, they are communicating somehow, but what are they communicating about?
About, you mean about talking or about?
All right, big T here. Game of hangman. Okay, what are they talking about? They're talking about the lessons what?
Topic?
Very good, yes. Okay, they're talking about the lessons topic. In as much detail as possible. Okay, so an example of all this put together could be something like for the students to be able to use the present simple tense to describe their daily routine and to ask others about their daily routine. Okay, so something like that. Okay, use whatever the language point is, combined with a communication verb and then the topic. in as much detail as possible.
Right.
Okay.
So
And
it's up to the teacher to choose a topic, whatever they think is
yes,
most appropriate.
absolutely, yes. We're going to talk about that later, but yes, you're quite free to choose your own topics for the lessons.
Mm.
Very good. Okay, so these are the learner objectives, and we'll come back to those in a later video on lesson planning when we talk about lesson planning backwards. And this is pretty much the first thing that you should fill in on your lesson plan form. Okay, any questions about that?
No.
No, good for now.
Okay, good. So that's all I want to say on learner objectives. And in the next video, we're going to go on and look at another part of the form, which is actually new. It's an addition to the form from the one in your book. So we'll look at that next. All right. Bye for now. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.